Hello, students. Welcome to our Read Aloud. Today, I'm going to read for you a book by Julia Donaldson. Ms. Octor, the librarian, introduced us to Julia Donaldson last week, and I thought I'd continue with this fun story that celebrates spring and Easter. The Rhyming Rabbit by Julia Donaldson, pictures by Lydia Monk. And on the cover, I see a rabbit, and I think it's gonna rhyme because I can already see that in the title. I see butterflies, flowers, signs of spring, and on the back, I see some animals digging underground. There's a mole, there's the rabbit, and here it says, any old rabbit can dig, any old rabbit can feed, but a rabbit who knows how to make up poems is a special rabbit indeed. The rhyming rabbit loves making up poems and songs, but the other rabbits have no interest in poetry. Can this lovely rabbit find someone who will appreciate his talent for rhyming? Here we go. Oh, there's a cute little picture in the end papers. Oh, and I can tell right away, I think this must take place in the country. I see a farmer on a tractor and a dog in the fields, horses and cows. The Rhyming Rabbit. Okay, oh wow. And here I also see a beautiful rainbow. The Rhyming Rabbit was sitting with his family in a grassy field. All the other rabbits were eating the grass, but the Rhyming Rabbit was making up a poem about it. Grass is growing all around. It makes a lovely swishing sound. It looks so green, it smells so sweet, and best of all, it's good to eat. Stop rhyming, start eating, said the other rabbits. Ooh, now it's nighttime. Uh-oh, I see a fox licking its chops and the bunnies running into their burrow. It was beginning to get dark when one of the rabbits pricked up his ears and stamped a foot. Fox! He shouted. Straight away, all the rabbits ran to their burrow, all except for the Rhyming Rabbit, who closed his eyes and made up a poem about the fox. O fearful fox, all rusty red, you fill our rabbit hearts with dread. That's very extreme fear. So silently you crouch and sniff until you catch our rabbit whiff. So hungrily, you cunning beast, you stalk your tasty rabbit feast. You're sly and crafty through and through, but we can run as fast as you. Don't rhyme, run, yelled the other rabbits. The Rhyming Rabbit opened his eyes, saw the fox, and ran. He reached the burrow just in time. Oh, now they're underground. It was nighttime. The tired rabbits lay down together in their burrow, all except for the Rhyming Rabbit, who sat apart from the others, singing a song to them. Sleep, rabbit, sleep, snuggle up and close your eyes and listen to my lullabies. Sleep, rabbit, sleep, dream, rabbits, dream of grassy fields and sunny hours and cabbages and cauliflowers. Dream, rabbits, dream. Stop singing, go to sleep, said the other rabbits. Wow. They just don't like his fun rhyming at all. The Rhyming Rabbit felt sad and lonely. The other rabbits were all snoring, but he couldn't get to sleep. The others do nothing but moan. I'm going to go off on my own, he said to himself, and he started to dig. He dug a long tunnel, and to keep himself going, he made up a short digging poem. Dig, dig, quick, quick, scrabble, scrabble, kick, kick. Wow, so I got to stop and think. Did you notice? He makes up a poem for everything that happens. First it was about the grass, then about the scary fox. Now he's sad. So there was like a little bit of a sad poem. Now a short little digging poem. He's very creative. Wow. The tunnel led him up and down and round a corner where he met a worm. The rhyming rabbit stopped in his tracks and made up a new poem. Wonderful worm, deep in the soil, why do you wiggle and curl and coil? Where are you going? Where have you been? How do you manage to say so clean? Oh, bean and clean is supposed to rhyme. How do you change your shape like that from long and skinny to short and fat? And one more thing that's been bothering me. How can you bear to eat earth for tea? So Julia Donaldson is English, and their word for like supper or dinner time is tea. To have tea is like supper. But the worm said nothing. He had no ears, so he couldn't hear the poem. No response. Round the next corner, the rhyming rabbit met a mole. The mole's eyes were very small, but he did have ears. Maybe he would enjoy a spot of poetry. The rhyming rabbit stood on his hind legs and began to recite. Marvelous mole as black as coal, with shriveling toes and pointed nose. You snuffle around beneath the ground. You're practically blind, but never mind. At least you can hear, so lend an ear and hear when I say, moles rule, okay? Be quiet, said the mole. I'm looking for worms. Oh my goodness. Even though the rabbit made up a lovely poem for the mole, he's like, be quiet. The rhyming rabbit felt very lonely, but he carried on digging. He dug and he dug and he dug until he met a centipede. Straight away, he thought up his best poem yet. Oh, centipede with 100 legs, supposing you laid 100 eggs, and supposing the baby centipedes had 100 legs like their mom and dad, how many legs would that be? And supposing the baby centipedes grew, and they each laid 100 eggs like you, and all of the new little sisters and brothers had just the same number of legs as the others, how many legs would that be? Oh my gosh, that makes a big giant math problem. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of centipedes and their legs and their eggs and their legs and their eggs. Shut up, said the centipede. I hate sums. Oh my goodness. What a grump. Sums is the English way of saying math, like having to calculate and add things up. The rhyming rabbit felt sadder and lonelier than ever, and he felt hungry too. He dug his way up out of the earth and into the open air and found himself on a hill. The grass was covered in dew. It tasted delicious. The rhyming rabbit ate and ate till he felt much better. Then he gazed up at the night sky and made up a new poem. And look, it's pretty and shiny in the book. Oh, midnight blue and velvet sky, oh, silver stars so bright and high, oh, yellow moon so clear and full, that shines on trees and grass and, da-da-da. The rhyming rabbit couldn't think of a rhyme for full. He stopped and scratched his head. Wool, said a voice. The rhyming rabbit turned round and saw a woolly sheep standing beside him. Thank you, sheep, you found a rhyme, he said, and the sheep replied, I make up poems all the time. Another poet? The rhyming rabbit stared in wonder. Before he could think of a rhyming reply, the sheep went on. How nice to meet a rabbit with whom to share my rhyming habit. The rhyming rabbit felt so happy that he decided to make up a poem for the sheep. O pretty and poetic sheep, who stands upon the hill so steep, with handsome horns and woolly fleece, as white as snow or clouds or geese? Suggested the sheep. She smiled at the rabbit and added, Shall I make up a poem for you? Oh, yes, I pray you, sheep, please do, replied the rhyming rabbit. So the sheep cleared her throat and recited, Any old rabbit can dig, any old rabbit can feed, but a rabbit who knows how to make up poems is a special rabbit indeed. Any old rabbit can run, any old rabbit can sleep, but only a very special rabbit could make up poems with a sheep. The rhyming rabbit sighed happily. The sun came up. It was a beautiful day. The rhyming rabbit and the sheep stayed together all day, making up poems about the sun and the flowers and the trees. As evening fell and their shadows grew long, the rhyming rabbit remembered his family back in the burrow, and he said to the sheep, "The others must be getting worried. Goodbye, dear friend. It's time I hurried." The sheep looked very sad and said, "You go, oh no, oh woe, oh sorrow." Woe is another word for sadness. But the rhyming rabbit replied, "I will come back again tomorrow." Oh, that rhymes when you put it all together. You go, oh no, oh woe, oh sorrow. But the rabbit replied, "I will come again tomorrow." Oh, wow, the end. And we're back to the rhyme, to the end papers. But here, look, there's a little extra happy ending picture at the end. The sheep and the rabbit together, happily as new friends. So I hope you enjoyed The Rhyming Rabbit by Julia Donaldson. Right? And since we got to do something, I think it's interesting to go back, and I'm amazed at all the different poems that they made up. And some are long and some are short. Some are about an animal they met. Some are about something like the grass. Some are about things like the night, right? All different kinds of things. And you know, it's kind of exciting. April is considered Poetry Month in school. So maybe we'll hear some more poetry as the month goes on. Well, I hope you enjoyed our read aloud. Don't forget to keep washing your hands, cover your coughs and sneezes, do some reading, do some writing, help your family around the house, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.